The Yeti is one of the most commonly known names in microphones, especially in the gaming and streaming community. It was a tremendous plug-and-play microphone that saw several iterations over the years, such as the blackout and colour editions, then the most recent Yeti X that I reviewed a couple of years ago. Now the Yeti is back in its newest form, the Yeti GX, with new branding from Logitech's latest acquisition, but hopefully we still retain the quality that we've come to know and love. As a quick side note, there is a smaller Yeti Orb coming in at a very reasonable $59.99, which is a newer version of the Snowball, but in this video we're going to focus on the bigger brother. The Yeti GX is now a dynamic microphone using a supercardioid pickup pattern over the omnidirectional that you might be used to with the previous generations. The GX supports 96 kHz 24-bit audio. Just remember to enable that setting in the operating system settings, otherwise Andy from eTechnics will come looking for you. The supercardioid pattern has got a frequency response from 50 Hz to 18 kHz, so pretty deep on the low end there, then 96 dB of dynamic range and 78 dB signal to noise ratio. Other features such as a 2-year warranty, light sync RGB effects for a customizable look, and custom EQ options for a versatile sound. So getting into the box, you'll see the microphone at the top, and then we have the accessories down below in a separate little box. We've got a USB Type A to Type C cable, which is 6 foot or 2 meters long, a thread adapter to mount the microphone onto our boom arm, some documentation, and then we've got a screw-in base. Unlike the previous Yetis that had the base screwed into either side, the GX is just mounted onto one. A simple change, but something which makes a world of difference aesthetically, and one that I personally really like. There's an illuminated Logitech logo on the front of the microphone, then on the reverse we'll find a dial to control the microphone volume, especially handy if you're going for a podcast or presenting mode you need to turn it up quickly. Then the colour in the middle of the wheel is also an indicator on a few different states. White means the microphone is powered on, green means the microphone is active in delivering audio, red is flashing for any clipping audio, something which I think a lot of people will find handy, and then solid red is for mute. That's controlled by the button under the scroll wheel. You can also click in the scroll wheel, which enables the smart audio lock. This turns on an analog limiter inside the microphone to reduce clipping and also reduces ambient noise using a downward expander. I'll show you a demo of how that sounds later on in the video. On the underside we've got the ring of light sync lighting. This can be controlled by the software or even disabled if you wish. Then we've also got the USB port for connection to the PC. The options for the Yeti GX are found in the Logitech G Hub, a piece of software that you're likely to have anyway if you've got anything else from Logitech. So now we're doing a little bit of a live demo to show you how this all works. So the smart voice you can just enable here. I turn that on, have a load of different settings. You can see my inputs are here. I've got my volume on 60, that's what I've had it on throughout the video. I did boost it a little bit in the edit just to make sure it's all at a kind of nice natural level to match all my other videos, but otherwise nothing else has been changed. High pass, enabling that, and then voice EQ. You'll notice the voice will get a little bit louder now. We've got compressor and limiter there on as well. Those are default ones if you just enable the blue voice straight out of the box. Personally, I wasn't really a fan of these, so I haven't used them. I just like it how it sounds naturally. I think it can get a little bit over compressed if you turn all those on, so personally not for me, but you can of course have a little bit of a go with these if you want to. There's a little option to do a little microphone test as well, so you can hear it back and you don't have to use another piece of software, which can be obviously very annoying. The S is also quite a good one, and then especially the depopper. If you don't have a pop guard or anything, then those can be quite handy to have. Also noise gate as well to cut out any ambient sounds. You do have loads of different settings, so you can make profiles down on the left hand side. These are kind of preset voices. I do recommend that you put this microphone on a boom arm. That will cut out any vibrations or if you bang the desk. Also personally I find it a little bit low as it is because I'm quite a tall bodied person, so that's just another thing to bear in mind. Now if I just leave this on, just want to talk to you about this, we have the option to turn the smart lock audio off. If I do this, then the audio will spike up. If I get closer to the microphone, you'll notice that the audio does get louder, whereas if I turn this on, it will keep it at a nice solid consistent volume. If there's any loud bangs or anything in the room, or you suddenly scream if you're playing a horror game for example, it's not going to sharply spike and then hurt your watcher's ears. Going over to the effects page, there are a load of different things you can
turn on to make your voice sound very different.
And then you just have an idea of what
if you like. I'll go through them all. Here's a little bit of a test. I'll just say the same kind of thing. Now my voice gets a little bit changed. Certainly don't need any low. Someone's.
I'll just go through all of them.
To give you an idea. I don't know if it's personally how to use it,
In
my own console. So the second menu on the left hand side, we have got options to do some sound effects. You can get these in a little hotkey. There's loads of different options to do if you want to have a little bit of a play around. I think that's certainly more of a streaming thing because it's not something I would personally use, but you can play around with them if you want to. Last but not least, we have the light sync option. I will have a little bit of B-roll going through some different options on the screen for you guys if anyone's wondering, but there is a load of different options on here by default. You can also do some custom ones, so if you want to have a certain amount of RGB lights with one colour and others with a different colour, you can do that. Then you can also have some animations on there as well. There are a few preview ones, but you can make your own if you'd like to. Spend loads of time and get it all dialed in how you want it. The Logitech GX is a different yet well-designed product from Logitech. The RGB may not appeal to everyone as it's given the mic a very gamer/streamer aesthetic, which I'm sure will put some people off, especially those that want something with a more classic look. The older generations would fit into most scenarios well, but this one might be a little tougher. I just want to quickly jump back to my previous Yeti X review so you can see how the sound quality of that microphone was, then I'll come back and tell you a little bit more about what I think about the GX. Now I think the sound is pretty much bang on the original, if a little bit more crisp. I think there's a slight amount of extra bass in there as well to the original Yeti. Of course you've got another capsule in there if you're going to be using all those different variants and options or patterns, then that's great to have. So as I just mentioned in that video, I think the Yeti X had a really nice full-bodied sound and really good clarity. As I mentioned, I do like my microphones as natural as sounding straight out of the box without any post-processing, but this microphone compared to the Yeti X just really falls flat. When I saw that Logitech had acquired Blue microphones, I thought they were just going to take the existing technology and then obviously improve upon it, but this one I feel is a little bit of a step back in the sound. I really hope that Logitech didn't bring this microphone out as just a way to slap their logo onto the Yeti branding, because I think it's really missing that sound that the Yetis had when it was under the Blue name. The only other thing I would like to have seen on this is maybe a 3.5mm jack to monitor audio directly, but there are a few possibilities to why that isn't there anyway. Maybe because a lot of people already have a monitoring audio solution such as a Go XLR, or they route their microphone through a USB or Bluetooth headset, but I think it would have been a nice to have feature, especially as I found myself using it as a quick backup solution. This microphone will retail for $139.99, and if it matched the quality of the Yeti X, then I would say definitely go for it, but I think it's a little bit steep for what you get. I think $99.99 is a bit more of a realistic price, especially as you don't have a 3.5mm jack and the quality isn't quite as good as the predecessors. I think that's it for this video. If you want to know anything else about the microphone, then please leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. And if you want to pick one up, I'll put the link in the video description. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to subscribe and ding the bell so you don't miss a future video. Thank you to Logitech for sending this out for me to look at, and I'll see you all in the next one.